to ensure that the information I give is accurate and coming from the experts. I am not giving you my opinion. Nothing I state is opinionated. That's the point. That's the point. That's your point. That's your downfall. There's the first image. Look at the first image I posted. Please look at that image of building number 7 in its own footprint. Have a good look. 47-story high building came down in 6.25 seconds. 47-story building. Can you see it? Now look at the other image I'm going to post.
Show the video of it falling.
Here comes the other building. You said it didn't.
Well, when he has shown the video, he cuts it after the houses started collapsing.
Of course
there
he
it
does.
is.
So he doesn't actually time the whole building collapse.
It fell in its own. It fell in its own footprint. There it is.
It didn't. No, building 7, even building 7.
You are lying right now. It fell into its own footprint.
Oh my God, you're so wrong.
It fell into its own footprint. It fell into its own footprint.
At all.
It fell into its own footprint. You can see it. There it is in its own footprint. It fell there, right there in front of your eyes.
And here comes fucking footprint.
Here comes the remains of the Twin Towers in their own footprint. The remains of the towers at ground zero in their own footprint. Can you see that? Right into its own footprint. There you go. Okay? There you go. Okay,
it looks like there's shit all on the outside of that footprint too.
You see what I mean, ladies and gentlemen? As I predicted, they are denying the truth right there. I've given them the very building they're talking about.
I'm about to point out that there's rubble all the way around that second one there.
And I've also given them the Twin Towers in a heap at ground zero
in its own
in their own footprints. Okay?
It's not in its own footprint at all.
It's in its own footprint.
You
just showed us a picture of it not being in its own footprint. Well done.
The shoes all over the place.
Ninja, this is also the goal, don't forget.
Ladies and gentlemen,
he posted an image from an airplane window that shows the curve of Earth.
And the explosions were heard in the sub-basement. And then they initiated the blowing up on the demolition of the Twin Towers. South Tower first, North Tower second, and then building number 7 came down at 5:30 p.m. thereabouts in 6.25 seconds. And in order for that building to actually collapse in that time, you would have to remove 400 supporting columns simultaneously per floor per second.
No.
So, bang, 400,
None
bang,
of the buildings
400, bang, 400, bang, 400, bang, and there you have it, the buildings collapse. Now, can fire do that?
None of the
buildings do that, ladies and gentlemen. Bring down a 47-story building in 6.25 seconds. It can't do that. That's free fall speed. How do we know it's free fall speed? Because it didn't go down in 47 seconds. It was only 2.25
If these buildings came down in their footprint, what happened to building 3?
Not 47 seconds. You see? It's quite easy to work it out.
What happened to building 3?
Yeah, I at this point, I am not interested in building 3 until I've already got a concession from you lot last year that you gave up.
The buildings came down in their footprint and building 3 would still be standing, wouldn't
it? You sit here still lying to the public. Unbelievable. Just unbelievable, that is. Unprecedented level of...
Yeah, just ignore building 3, Slacker. What are you doing? Bringing up shit
What would I need to be concerned about building number 3? Why don't we focus on the building that wasn't hit by an aeroplane? The fires were out. The building wasn't on fire. The building structural integrity was not compromised at all. Not at all, ladies and gentlemen. But yet it collapses in 6.25 seconds. It was, and we have it from Larry Silverstein that the building was pulled. We've had so much loss of life. The emergency services said the best thing to do is to pull it, so we decided to pull the building, and we watched it collapse. No, Larry Silverstein, the owner of building number 7, North Tower and South Tower. Larry Silverstein, the man who has rebuilt his buildings, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. He has rebuilt the buildings using the exact same building methodology minus the asbestos. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, can you believe that? Can you believe that he's actually built the building the exact same way? The very building that was said to be shoddy and bad, he employed the exact building method, the exact.
He didn't build the Twin Towers. He owned them. He didn't build them.
Ladies and gentlemen, the buildings have gone. Larry Silverstein's new building has been constructed the exact same way they were the previous buildings were. The Twin Towers and building number 7. Do you know why he did that, ladies and gentlemen? Because the design was so good, because it maximized on the floor space. And space being premium, he wanted to make the most he could out of the floor space. That is why those buildings were the best ever built. The design was from the Japanese designer, designed by the Japanese, and the building method is still being employed today. It was a Japanese architect that designed the Twin Towers and that building number 7. Okay?
Finally.
Look it up. I don't lie to you. I'm not here to lie to you. Not when 3,000 people got killed in those buildings. That's why I'm here, to ensure that you know the truth from Jincbr1. Mr. 9/11. Yeah, so I'm not going to allow you to lie to the public. So this is how we know that the building came down at free fall speeds. It didn't take 110 seconds. So the idea that one floor knocked down the other floor, that's impossible. And as EO said very poorly, didn't defend it enough, he said that he watched the video footage. Yes, when you watch the video footage, you see the clock right there, counting it as it goes down. Yeah? That is garbage. That is definitely free fall. Now, respond. Respond if you dare.
Yeah, the buildings didn't fall at that time.
There you go. An unfit human being is speaking here. Listen to him. Listen to this unfit. Doesn't speak into his mic properly. He's obviously overweight. Has no power in the voice. He delivers this nonsense.
This has been, hey guys, this has been 2 hours now. Can we shut down Jen? It's been getting boring.
No, can you? No, it has. I haven't been here for 2 hours.
You suck, Jen. Everything you say is a lie.
I've only been talking for about 30 minutes.
2 hours.
Can we shut you up because you're a scumbag? Can we shut this guy up?
Obviously overweight.
Japanese African.
He has nothing to bring. He doesn't add to the truth. He lies all the way. Everything I've said hasn't been an opinion, hasn't been a theory. It's a fact.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jincbr1 is lying.
Yeah.
What? Explain to them how I'm lying. Why don't you explain to them? Go ahead.
He opened his mouth and out came sound. That is a lie.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. You see that? Can you hear that? Can you hear that? Hear that nonsense? I totally single-handedly explained to you that the buildings came down at free fall speeds. How do we know that? We witnessed it on TV, and if you count the floors, if it was going to be one floor knocking the next floor, knocking the next floor, it would take 110 seconds or 47 seconds, respectively, depending on the building. That didn't happen. They came down in 9.
Ladies and gentlemen, you notice that Jen opened his mouth again? That means that out came a lie.
Yeah, he's just lying.
Never discredit me at all. You can't do that. I speak too much facts. I'm too factual.
Yeah,
once again, that was a lie.
I don't.
Wait a minute, Jen. Can I ask you?
I don't.
Do you support the Japanese? Wait a minute, wait, Jen. Do you support the Japanese during World War II?
That's why I don't do that stuff, ladies.
Jen. Do you support the Japanese in World War II?
Only.
Do you support the Japanese during World War II?
That in the 90 tons of.
He's not listening.
Ladies and gentlemen, 6% of that had residues of thermite and thermite.
Wow.
Where did this material come from? It is not readily available to terrorists.
It didn't come from the dust of the 9/11.
What? You can't thermite. Anyone can get thermite, right? I could just go on Amazon, buy a bag of this, buy a bag of that, put it together. There's thermite.
You guys know that Jin here is a genuine Holocaust denier.
Yeah. So just remember, when you speak about 9/11, tell the truth. They came down at free fall speeds. They were demolished through explosions. Fire has never ever brought down a skyscraper. Buildings have burnt for 18 hours, 19 hours, 17 hours, ladies and gentlemen, 7 hours, 3 hours. And these buildings are still in occupancy today. They're fully erected. They never collapsed.
Yeah, but were they hit by
earlier?
But were they hit
no
by a jet?
skyscraper building has ever collapsed due.
Yeah, but were they hit by a jet though?
You know what's funny? You haven't mentioned in their own footprint since I asked you about Building 3. Is that a admission that you were wrong?
I think he has connection issues.
They wouldn't collapse to zero. They would still retain 25% of their structural integrity. Of their strength. Minding you, they were only supporting 30% of their.
Somebody's got massive background noise.
Is that just me, or is he like breaking up for anyone else?
Oh, he's breaking up terribly. He just doesn't
I'm
care.
not breaking up. I'll go on mute.
You have been breaking up pretty badly for about 5 minutes now.
Go on mute.
Like there's been long.
To tell you that, but you've been yelling over the top of them.